Rodney Smith. Umpire is Rupert Mack. Head linesman Lance Johnson. Line judge is Dwayne Cooper. Side judge Christopher Robinson. Field judge is Trent Soltis. And the back judge Lance Davis.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here. Friday Night Lights, Galena Park, ISD. So we got the captains are meeting each other at midfield. This is the Brook Bruins visiting and taking part in this contest against the North Shore Mustangs. So this is a Class 6A battle between the Mustangs and the Bruins, and this is an interleague conference game here. So looks like they did a coin flip. Looks like North Shore actually won the coin toss. They will defer to the second half, so that means the Brook Bruins will receive for the first half. So we're going to see exactly how they choose to come out here. So we got North Shore Mustangs in all red. So very phenomenal looking jersey overall. So they have the matte red helmets with that traditional metallic silver helmet with white accenting. Now,
North Shore Mustangs won the toss, but will defer their option to the second half. Westbrook will receive to begin the game.
So initially, I thought that it had the last names on the jerseys. I did confirm it says the East Side. So they are representing the East Side here in Houston. So phenomenal looking jerseys. Like they have, like I said, they have the metallic silver, kind of fluorescent silver numbering system with white accenting. That the Brook Bruins, in stark contrast, have blue pants, white tops, as well as blue numbering, and it looks like a little bit of trying to get the secondary color. Looks like it might be red. So Bruins have a blue helmet and some type of decal on their helmet. It's kind of hard to take out as of now. So the defending 6A state champion North Shore Mustangs setting off to kick at their own 40-yard line. So here we go. So start of the game, high, kind of shallow end over end, picked up by about the 22 by Bruin actually. And the Bruin does a great job, and that is going to be number 10. That is Jalen Parkerson, the 5'9", high 185-pound running back. Great job there by North Shore. Paul Porter, the 5'10", 170-pound junior DB on the stop. So not a bad field position here for the Bruins. The Bruins probably coming into this contest are quite aware of how potent this North Shore offense and defense is. So if they want to have any type of shot at trying to take one of these wins away from North Shore, they have to come out on the offensive. So 10 RPO, and he gets thrown down like a rag doll. So that was Nicholas Goins, 6'1", 215-pound junior on the D-line. So great job there by North Shore. Not a whole lot of running room whatsoever. Okay, quarterback shotgun formation at the 45 or 44.5-yard line of North Shore. So Bruins are now in North Shore territory. So phenomenal job there with the RPO once again by one. And it looks like number one gets a little bit of a gain. So the quarterback is Jalen Parkerson, the 5'9", 185-pound running back. Number one, they hand off to Terrell Third Smith, 5'10", 175-pound running back. So once again, Parkerson out of the shotgun formation, kind of a very narrow twin set on either side of him. One running back flanks his left. They are operating right to left. 10 decides to do a little RPO once again. Going to hit 18, and 18 gets a little bit of space. But he gets brought down hard by a host of North Shore Mustangs. Kind of high-powered on that attack was Cameron Welch, the 5'11", 175-pound senior defensive back. So bringing up a 4th and 8. They are going to go for it. Or maybe some trickery involved. So under 20 seconds to go on the play clock. Now it's under 15. So we are going to see what Parkerson decides to call. Play clock now at 5 seconds. Okay, they're going to hand the ball off through the line. That is 1. And we're going to give a lot of credit to number 1, Terrell Third Smith, 5'10", 175-pound running back. That's a junior. Did a great job of stretching out on the play. So, just in case you're tuning in here, they are first down. So great offensive performance here so far by the visiting Westbrook Bruins. So like we said earlier, that is Parkerson. So Parkerson barking out the signal, shotgun formation. Now a tight end kind of in the motion, and he is going to hand the ball off to 1. So 1 trying not to skip any beats. And we're going to see where they're going to place the ball. There is 2 flags now. The back judge as well as the sideline judge both threw a flag. So we are going to see exactly what they are going to call here. So 8:51 to go. So 3 minutes and 9 seconds have elapsed. And the Westbrook Bruins doing a great job in hostile territory, trying to attempt to see if they can get a touchdown out of this drive.
We got Aiden the runner on the offense. That's a 5-yard penalty from the spot. Still second down.
So a 5-yard penalty they're going to bring back. So Westbrook has the momentum. You're probably hearing the North Shore Mustang band playing phenomenally well on the home side of things. So we can just kind of look overall, doing a great job there for the band. Okay, here we go. So we are looking at Parkerson, the 5'9", 185-pound quarterback, running back turned quarterback, going to hit 1. 1 doing a great job of juking and jiving. Fumble recovery there by North Shore. Actually, for a split second, thought that the Westbrook Mustangs might have gone towards another first down, but there is a fumble. So ball now is at the, let's say, 25-yard line. So the North Shore Mustangs are now deep in their own territory. They are operating left to right. So we got David Amador. I believe he was a third-string quarterback at the time, starting kind of RWR1 or wide receiver 1. Then Bailey got injured. Amador doing a great job so far, being able to kind of go in there as a little baptism by fire. But immediately when Bailey got injured a few weeks ago, Amador really didn't skip a beat. I really thought that there would be a noticeable difference, but Amador doing a great job overall. So at their own 25, Amador, 3-step drop, shotgun formation. He is going, and he went for, I believe, his big 89. So 89, that is Caleb Thomas, the 6'4", 220-pound junior receiver. That would have been quite the statement to start off an offensive drive. So North Shore Mustangs, 3rd and 10. So first 2 downs, unable to convert anything. So 7:42 to go. Amador operating shotgun formation, trips flank to the far side of the field. Then Amador kind of do a quick slant. I believe that's to Barnes. Barnes doing a great job in space. And he is going to go untouched for the touchdown. I believe maybe 26 might have attempted to catch him. That was Terrence Durham, the 6'1", 175 DB. Well, great job there. Christopher Barnes, 5'8", 160-pound junior wide receiver. Like I said, really not skipping a beat at all is the offense. Amador still has quite the arm. Maybe if you were to compare apples to apples, oranges to oranges, Bailey might have the stronger arm overall, but Amador not doing a bad job in reserve cleanup duty for the season. So that's going to be a great job there by 86, who is Jonathan Soto, the 5'9", 180-pound sophomore kicker, for the extra point. So already with not even halfway through this first quarter, North Shore is already in the books already. So 7-0 is the score. We're going to see if Westbrook Bruins can try to get back in this game. Looks like it's actually WB, it looks like, for the decal on the side of the Westbrook Bruin helmet. So I know, I'm well aware the drive, I believe it's Beaumont Westbrook. So quite a long way to go, as you can kind of see. If you take out the far left and the top right, or top left and top and bottom left, that is the students. You take them out, maybe 100 people for Westbrook have made it out. So just trying to see some good football Friday night. So it looks like they get it at the 21 and crossing the 30 to about the 32. So about 10 or 11 yard gain. And that is Jalen Dartez, the 5'7", 165-pound senior. So 7:19 to go. Both teams, of course, still have all 3 timeouts remaining. So we're going to see exactly what Jalen Parkerson kind of conjures up. Actually, they are now going to bring in another quarterback. Can't really see the number from this vantage point. So trips flanked to the near side, one flanked out to the far side. Not a whole lot of running room for number 1, and the quarterback is actually going to be Roy Jenkins, the 6'3", 185-pound sophomore. So Jenkins in there, 6'3", 185-pound sophomore. So with 2 years left in eligibility after this season, he might be able to fill that frame out even more. Jenkins going just a phenomenal precision spiral pass, but unable to connect with the receiver on the far side of the field. We're going to look over here, the scores overall, see if there's any updated scores. So Jenkins and company, shotgun formation. Let's call it now at the right smack dab at the 30. So it looks like it's about 3rd and about 12 or 13. Jenkins, shotgun formation, twins flanked out to either side. Jenkins, 3-step drop out of the gun. Gonna hit his intended receiver, who is number 13, and that is gonna be Jamarion Brown, the 6'6", 185-pound senior. So great length for sure by that receiver, but unable to connect, so they're gonna bring up the punting unit for Beaumont Westbrook. So Evan Jackson definitely speed to burn as the punt returner. So punter is going to go a kind of a low bobbly type of punt, and they're just going to let it go where it stands. And it looks like it's going to be at the 32-yard line. So North Shore, they were essentially 3 and out last drive. So North Shore definitely wanted to get some firepower overall. Did a great job of getting that actually first touchdown, the kind of a highlight reel type of touchdown with Amador to Barnes. So Amador here, shotgun formation. Gonna see what he can do here. Amador gonna go for Brook. Barnes once again. Barnes just doing a great job almost playing with that DB. So Barnes, I think number 29, Shadrick Jackson, the 5'6", 150-pound sophomore. Welcome to 6A football, Mr. Shadrick Jackson. So when you have the talent that you have in Barnes, I'm sure as a sophomore that the Shadrick, he's gonna remember this game forever. But hey, you might as well get some baptism under fire here. So Amador at the 9 and goal situation, going to Hardiman. Hardiman bullying his way through for the touchdown. So Hardiman is actually the wouldn't necessarily call him the backup running back, but they kind of swapped duties for Rashad Johnson, the 5'10", 215-pound senior, and DeAndre Hardiman, the 5'8", 180-pound sophomore. So Hardiman and Bailey, of course, Bailey is out for the season, but Bailey will have 2 years of eligibility left. So extra point once again by Soto, and that's going to go up and good. So just over halfway through that first quarter, score already is 14-0 in favor of the defending 6A state champion North Shore Mustangs. So like I said, we're going to attempt to see. So North Shore Mustangs were 3 and out first offensive drive. They got a fumble recovery on the defensive side of things. Second offensive drive, phenomenal between Amador and Barnes. And they did it again. So Amador to Barnes. Like I said, kind of not skipping a beat. Usually we're used to saying Bailey to Barnes, but Amador, like I said, phenomenal athlete in him. He is I believe he's a 3-star wide receiver, verbally committed to UTSA down the road in San Antonio. So the Roadrunners. Pretty nice to see that a receiver has the ability to play quarterback. So Darius Garland was the backup, but he was in the boot. So we definitely we see Bailey down there in crutches. So we are hoping and praying for a speedy recovery for that young man. That guy has Division I written all over him. So kickoff is going to go between the 30 and 35. So 5:02 to go. So just under 7 minutes have elapsed, and it is 14-0 Mustangs. Okay, like I said, we're trying to see some scores here as we go through. So we'll see what we can do. Roy Jenkins, 6'3", 175 to 185-pound sophomore quarterback out of the gun. Twins flank to either side in motion. He tries to hit the motion man. It is going to be incomplete. So we're going to look at some scores here, try to make it relevant here. Austin Westlake and Dripping Springs still 0-0. Lake Travis and Austin Anderson 0-0. So not a lot of games have been updated thus far. CE King versus Beaumont United. Both teams are in this division/conference. They are 0-0. Roy Jenkins out of the gun. Gonna go RPO, and he's gonna hand the ball off first back through the line, and he is gonna get stood up. So forward progress was most likely met, so not a whole lot on that whatsoever. So it's kind of like just try to look through. We all have Pasadena Adobe channel view 0-0. We got Dickinson versus Brazowood. So we did get a chance to see Dickinson a few weeks ago. So they are on top 7-2, all first quarter stats at this moment. So Jenkins out of the gun. Twins flank to either side. He is going to go for his kind of long wide receiver. It looks like they're going to possibly call pass interference on Jacoby Davis, the 5'11", 175-pound senior. Okay, so Westbrook basically trying to get whatever they can get. So they are now approaching midfield. We're going to see exactly where they place the ball. It's 15 yards at the spot of the penalty, I believe. And 18, that is Trey Roy, 6 foot, 175 pounder. So we're going to see. So twins flank to either side. Jenkins out of the gun. One wide receiver flank to his left. A little bit of audible. So first and 10 situation. Jenkins out of the gun. He's going to go straight through, kind of doing these like really quick passes out of the spread. And minimal gain, but here's the thing, is as you kind of set everything up, and eventually those yards can add up. Because if you think about it, 4 downs, if you can average, well, let's just say 3, because 4th generally is punting situation. So 3 downs, 10 yards, that's about 3.33, so let's just say 3.5 yards. So if they can average 3.5 yards, those little plays can add up in order for them to get the first down. So Jenkins out of the gun. They're now in North Shore territory, the 47. Twins flank to the near side. Hand the ball off first back through the line. So they're doing a really good job overall in Westbrook Bruins. You're really seeing that offensive line is actually pretty solid for Westbrook. They're doing a lot of that shotgun. They're kind of set up like the short throws, and they're just kind of pounding it down the middle. So Jenkins audibling at the line, twins flank to either side. So Jenkins, third down situation, 3rd and about 1. Play clock approaching 10 seconds. That is now under 10 seconds. So very pivotal 3rd down opportunity for Jenkins and company. Roy Jenkins out of the gun. Twins flank to either side. Far hash. Ooh, ball is going to be bobbled. So really not what you want to see between the quarterback and running back, especially on a 3rd down opportunity. You're playing the Division 6A state champions in North Shore, and you really have to be essentially error/mistake-free football to be able to have a remote chance of competing with a team at the caliber that the North Shore Mustangs are. So North Shore defense doing a great job. Jenkins out of the gun, so 4th situation, 4th and about, let's say 4th and about 2 or 3. So Jenkins out of the gun, ball is at the 43-yard line. Twins flank to the near side of the field, 1 on the other side. So it looks like finally a timeout there by Beaumont Westbrook. They probably could have called a timeout the last time for that pivotal 3rd down. So 4th and about 2. So we're going to see. So we'll try to see if we can get some more scores here. Like I said, it really depends on if they can get these scores updated, and the score people can also update it. So we're going to try to see if we can get some score updates as we speak. So Dickinson 7, Brazawood 2. So 7-2. Trying to see if we get any Pasadena Adobe channel view, still 0-0. Cibolo still versus San Marcos 0-0. Trying to see Clear Creek versus Clear Brook 0-0. Clear Springs versus Clear Lake. Clear Springs up top 14-0 over Clear Lake. We have Conroe Caney Creek on the other side of a 7-0 score. Willis on top. New Caney up 44-0. That is a final. I think we're getting Thursday and Friday scores potentially, unless they played a Friday afternoon game. So Cypress Ranch up 7-0 over Bridgeland. Cypress Bridgeland. So back in action here, 1:51 to go. Jenkins out of the gun, gonna hit 5 in stride. So like I said earlier, the Westbrook Bruins doing a great job. That is a pitch and catch from Jenkins to Carter Holmes. So great job there. Like I said, those little bit of he kind of hit those underthrows. And if you have a defense that's playing not necessarily prevent style, but if you as a defender, you're always taught to keep everything in front of you. So it looks like Westbrook kind of exposing a potential chink in the armor in the North Shore defense. But then again, this still is North Shore. So until they can put some points on the board. The opposition, just because they can kind of move the chains, doesn't necessarily mean as much as you think. So Jenkins, so a lot of pushing around there as forward progress is met. So Cypress Creek 14, Jersey Village 7. We have Den Geyer, who did a great job giving Westlake a run for their money. And the other side of 6A, that is a 7-7 deadlock between Den Geyer and Den Broswell. DeSoto 21-6, and we have Duncanville on top 14-0. Of course, Duncanville made a great game between Duncanville and North Shore. So those two teams that met each other a few times over the years, especially recently. Jenkins calling on 5 to go in motion from the near to the far side. They're going to hit one, and they are going to try to see what they can do. Like I said, out of seeing all, let's try to go over here. So out of seeing the schedule that they have put together here, so North Shore versus they're 6-0, 3-0 in district. They've beaten Woodlands, Spring, Westfield, Beaumont United, Sea King, Summer Creek, and now they're playing Westbrook. Westbrook is 0-6, so they literally mirror images of each other, quite literally opposite sides of the spectrum. Jenkins has a gun. Barking out the signals. There is a flag on the play. Looks like a false start on the offense. So that's the headline judge talking to the referee. So we have essentially, after this game, we have 3 games left for North Shore in the regular season. We got Humble, Atascocita, and then Kingwood. So everyone has that Atascocita game kind of marked on their calendar. That would be a potential 1 versus 7 matchup. Got a chance to see Atascocita last night. Kind of took care of business. And that is the end of the first quarter, with the score being 14-0 in favor of North Shore. We'll be back right after this for the second quarter.